Alright, pay close attention. This isn't just a fight. It's a full-on shakeup in the lightweight division that nobody saw coming. The insiders, the hardcore fans, were all in, expecting Paddy Pimblett to keep his streak alive, looking untouchable. The cracks were already there. Now the whole division feels broken, like it's been hit by a wrecking ball. Here's the truth nobody's saying out loud. This one key moment wasn't just a result. It sparked a fire, a ticking time bomb that could reshape the lightweight scene for years. You need to understand how a fight this violent, messy, and at times nearly illegal ended in a decision that could change legacies. Even as the celebrations happen, there's already a sense of unfinished business, hidden stories waiting to come out.
Obviously delivered in the main event, capped off with a war. Just give us your thoughts on Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett delivering a 5-round battle.
Yeah, I mean, what a couple. So Paddy Pimblett at the weigh-in yesterday says, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out tomorrow. And I was like, that's interesting. And he never abandoned that game plan. Even when, he got dropped a couple times, I kept waiting for him. I'm like, he's eventually going to have to shoot and try to submit him. Now, I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. And, yeah, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys.
The only choice. And I knew he wasn't going to quit. He's not a quitter. I've never seen him quit, never seen him give up. And luckily, I found some success early. Like I said, I was going to have to steal some momentum, and half of wrestling is stopping people from taking you down. And that's what I was best at. And so luckily, I was successful tonight from keeping him there. I thought I grappled well. I was in his guard, in his guard a little bit. If I took my foot off the pedal for a second, he was on my ass. And he did a good job up to the last second. I really wanted to finish him. But I loved teaching him a lot. He said my face was not going to look the same after the fight, and his would look the exact same. So as soon as it was over, I was like, well, look at your face, motherfucker. It does not look the same. You cannot have that mentality when you come in there. He needs to accept the worst possible outcome, and that's how you perform the best, when the pressure's not.
I know what I'm talking about. I knew Justin was going to win, but I will tell you guys, he won it in kind of a fluky way. There were multiple eye pokes, and he kind of did get him in the balls. But, chat, can I ask you guys a genuine question? And I'm not shitting on anybody. Do you guys really think either of them are going to beat Topuria? Come on. And I like both fighters, but, dude, I'm not going to lie, bro. Topuria is going to kill whoever. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It really does not matter. That's the problem. Dude, Topuria is it's going to be crazy.
Now, you might think you saw it all unfold live, that you caught the chaos in the moment, but the truth of what happened, what hung in the air just before the bell, was far deeper than any highlight could show. This wasn't just a walk to the cage. It was two men stepping into a test of fire, knowing every punch, every kick, was writing their names not just in history, but into a story that would be analyzed, debated, and remembered long after the fight ended. The stage was set, the tension was thick, and the world held its breath, unaware of the massive ripple effect that was about to hit the sport itself.
The emotions after the victory were obviously very clear in the cage, but I just wonder if you can kind of put it into words now, just how much that result meant to you in getting the win tonight.
Yeah, I felt like I took winning for granted for a while. I feel like I never lost. Now coming off 2 losses, I was like, man, it really feels good to win. So I don't usually get like that too. I usually after a win, I just kind of, like I said, I just feel like I was always gonna win. So after coming off those losses, I was definitely felt good.
Not an easy fight, obviously, and you dominated the third round. First 2 rounds were a little tougher. What do you think was the key to having such success in that third round versus what played out in the opening 2 rounds?
Yeah, I feel like the first 2 rounds, like he took me down at the end of both of them, but he didn't really do anything. I don't know. I feel like I didn't even know I got hit. Tim said there was a video he hit me with like a left hook, but I just feel like I didn't even take any damage other than inflicting damage on myself from kicking him and stuff. But yeah, I feel like I won every round as far as damage goes, but I'd have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, the way the judges had it, they had you winning round 1 and round 3 obviously was clear. I know after the fight was over, I saw you're walking around, you're like, hey, that's my fight, I won that's my fight. Was that you kind of like hoping and thinking, or did you know for sure? Did you felt confident?
Again, I didn't feel like I got hit. Like, so in my head at the time, I mean, I must have got hit once or twice, but I really didn't feel like I got hit.
G versus Topuria, it's probably going to be a crazy fight also, most likely.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. I think that Ilya hits like a truck, and so does Gaethje. And I think if Gaethje prepares properly and gets ready for this fight, it should be a fun one.
Then the moment came. They touched gloves, a small gesture before total chaos erupted. And I swear, my stomach dropped the second Gaethje moved forward. It wasn't just walking, it was pure, focused aggression, every step filled with intent. Paddy's low kicks weren't just for defense. They were sharp, calculated strikes meant to break defenses and create openings. Honestly, we still haven't seen the full measure of Justin since this fight. His physical condition is a real question. After a battle like this, one that literally forced him to stop, you have to wonder, does the interim belt or the unification match even matter now? If he's hurt, should he really be sidelined for a while? The air was electric, tense with anticipation. And then Gaethje, with everything he had, took control. His kicks weren't just side strikes. They were body blows that could wear anyone down. And he was landing them on Paddy of all people. But his right hand, that was his true weapon. Always hunting, always a threat. You could hear the room change when he unleashed that overhand right. The crowd gasped and the tension hit another level. And just like that, chaos completely took over. At this point, it wasn't about technique anymore. It was raw pride smashing into sheer survival. I'm telling you, in that exact moment, someone in the cage realized far too late. They weren't fighting an opponent anymore. They were caught in the storm, at its mercy. Then the floodgates opened. A brutal combination, a savage uppercut, and then the undeniable knockdown. The way Justin chased it, sensing blood in the water, wasn't strategy. It was pure feral instinct taking over. And when Paddy somehow rolled, popped back up, and got kicked down again, a cold, sinking thought hit me. Oh no, this isn't just a tough fight. This could get career-ending. And if you think it was only chaos inside the cage, wait until you hear about what almost derailed everything behind the scenes. That's when Gaethje, almost like he decided to throw caution aside, started swinging like defense didn't exist. He was literally ducking into uppercuts, taking shots head-on as if to make a point. Relentless, fearless, and completely unhinged. And that's exactly when eye poke happened. It was clear, it was ugly, there was no denying it for anyone watching. But then, in a moment that made no sense, the crowd started booing the wrong fighter. And right then, something inside the fight and the arena snapped. Controversy doesn't just appear. It sharpens like a knife when someone clearly benefits from confusion. As round 2 exploded, Justin Gaethje swung with so much raw power, he nearly fell over himself, almost off balance, while Paddy Pimblett's uppercuts landed like clockwork, relentless, precise strikes. And yet, unbelievably, Justin just kept coming, ignoring pain as if it were an insult he couldn't accept. Now, pay close attention, because this is where the whispers really began. There were eyewitnesses cage side who saw something, and if that ever comes out, it could completely change how this round is remembered. Justin went to the body, landing devastating kicks, then snapped heads back with his right hand. And the look on Justin's face when one of those punches finally hit clean, it wasn't fear, and oh, it wasn't fear. It was something far colder, pure, calculated intent. And that, my friends, is what's truly frightening, because elite fighters don't look like that unless they decided to prioritize maximum damage over their own safety. When Justin then forced Paddy down and drove through those dangerous up kicks, I was certain certain, absolutely certain, we were only seconds away from a disaster, a point of no return for either fighter. Paddy survived, but just barely. His face battered, blood everywhere. The third round started, and almost like some dark script, he got dropped again, as if the fight itself wanted him gone. Yet somehow, like grim magic, he popped back up as if nothing had happened. At that exact moment, Justin's relentless pressure dipped just enough to matter, just enough to create a tiny opening. That small shift, almost imperceptible, became the crack to which the controversy later exploded. Leg kicks started chipping away, jabs began landing clean, and then inevitably the knee hit the cup. Accidental or not, it froze time. When the action resumed, Paddy looked sharper, fresher, while Justin looked frustrated. The kind of frustration that historically leads to bad choices inside the cage. If you think that's a coincidence, you're not watching closely enough. And then came the championship rounds. Those terrifying, almost illegal to watch moments. Justin Gaethje was throwing everything he had, like the kitchen sink and all the furniture along with it. Yet Paddy Pimblett's counter stayed razor sharp, punishing every attack, every entry. The toughness on display from both men was absurd, nearly superhuman. But here's the thing, toughness can sometimes hide a deeper truth. There was something unsettling about how the momentum swung, almost like it was driven more by crushing exhaustion than by clear dominance. By the fifth and final round, the crowd was wild, an electric wave of emotion, watching brute force clash with unyielding durability, neither fighter willing to blink, let alone back down. And then another knee, another brutal cup shot, and this time Justin crumpled to the canvas, clutching himself as if time had stopped entirely. Watching all unfold, a chilling thought hit me. This ending, this climax, is going to age very strangely once people start digging, asking who knew what and when. Then the scorecards dropped, and the tension was unbearable. 48-47, 49-46, 49-46. Unanimous decision for Gaethje. And in that exact moment, my mind screamed, wait, stop, slow this down. Because those numbers, those cold figures on the scorecards, don't just name a winner, they build a story. And stories like this always come with hidden footnotes. The fine print nobody looks at until it's far too late. They're already calling it Fight of the Year, an instant classic. And sure, it was insane, a raw display of human will. But true classics usually don't come loaded with this many question marks, this much controversy, this strange tension humming just beneath the surface. I can't shake the feeling that someone, somewhere, is staying very quiet right now when they shouldn't be, and that silence is louder than anything said out loud. You might think this ends here, with a belt, a celebration, everything wrapped up neatly. I don't buy that for a second. Divisions remember nights like this. Fighters remember real or perceived wrongs. Commissions remember paperwork, appeals, and investigations. And if even part of what I'm hearing, what my gut keeps telling me, is true, then this result didn't settle anything at all. It just delayed what's coming. I can't escape the feeling that someone, somehow, walked away from this with something they shouldn't have. That crucial piece was hidden in plain sight, masked by the blood, sweat, and chaos of that night. Every time I replay those moments, my gut yells, no, 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 this isn't over. Not even close. Because believe me, the next update, the next leak or revelation could completely flip everything you thought you saw upside down. Sit with that unease. While the celebrations go on, the questions keep piling up. Resentment is quietly building. Right now, the lightweight division feels like a pressure cooker with the lid barely holding. And if it blows, if it goes totally nuclear, don't be shocked. This fight didn't truly end. It just suddenly stopped being finished.